The people who actually have money almost never look like it. And the people who look the richest, statistically, a lot of them are one missed paycheck from disaster. Nobody wants to hear this, but looking poor might be the smartest financial decision you'll ever make. If you want the deeper research behind this, I've linked a book in the comments that breaks it down in full. Here's the thing we don't talk about enough. From the outside, wealth and the appearance of wealth look identical. The leased German car, the new phone every year, the designer bag on credit, it all looks like success. But looking rich and being rich are, more often than not, two completely different financial realities, and confusing the two is one of the most expensive mistakes a person can make. The first idea: most visible wealth is actually just visible debt. Research on millionaires consistently finds the same pattern. The people with the highest net worth often drive ordinary cars, live in modest homes, and would blend into a crowd without a second glance. Meanwhile, the flashiest lifestyles are frequently funded by financing, credit, and monthly payments stretched to the edge. The lifestyle is real. The wealth behind it
Often isn't. Sit with that for a second. If wealth were visible, we wouldn't need net worth statements. We just look at someone and know. But we can't, because what we're actually seeing is spending, not wealth. Takeaway number 2, and this is the one that stings. Looking poor is a form of privacy. When people don't know what you have, they don't ask you for it, compete with you over it, or resent you for it. Every dollar you spend signaling status is a dollar you're not compounding. And it's also a dollar that invites other people into your financial life, whether that's family asking for loans, friends expecting you to always pick up the check, or social pressure to keep upgrading everything you own. If you've ever felt that quiet exhaustion of keeping up appearances, buying something you couldn't quite afford because everyone around you seemed to have one, you're not alone, and you're not weak for feeling that pull. That pressure is real, and it's designed to feel real. Marketing, social media, even casual conversations with friends are built to make more feel like the baseline, not the exception. Recognizing that pull is the first step to loosening its grip on you. Third idea: the gap between your income and your spending is the actual engine of wealth, not your income alone. Someone earning $60,000 a year who keeps their lifestyle modest and invests the difference will often out-accumulate someone earning $150,000 who spends every bit of it maintaining an image. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much of it you actually keep and put to work. Think about that gap in your own life right now. Not your income, the space between what comes in and what goes out. That space is where your future actually gets built, or quietly erased. Takeaway 4: looking poor buys you options. When your monthly expenses are low, you can take a career risk, start a business, leave a job that's draining you, or ride out a rough economy without panic. People with high visible spending often can't afford to make any of those moves because their entire financial structure depends on the next paycheck landing on time. Modest living isn't about deprivation. It's about buying yourself freedom to make choices from strength instead of fear. And here's something worth hearing if any of this feels like it's calling you out. Choosing to live below your means isn't a punishment. It's not less than. It's actually one of the most quietly confident things you can do because it says you don't need anyone's approval badly enough to go into debt for it. That's not poverty. That's control. Takeaway 5: the people who eventually become visibly wealthy almost always went through an invisible phase first. Nobody sees the years of driving an old car, cooking at home, and reinvesting instead of upgrading. They only see the result once it's already built. The overnight success story almost always skips the decade where that person looked, by most standards, kind of poor. So if your life right now looks quieter than everyone else's Instagram, that might not be a sign you're behind. It might be the exact phase every wealthy person you admire went through before anyone was watching. Here's one thing to try this week. Pick one recurring expense that exists purely for appearance, not comfort, not necessity, just image. And ask yourself honestly what it's actually costing you monthly.
Not to guilt yourself, just to see it clearly, maybe for the first time. If this resonated, I linked a book in the comments that goes deep into the research behind this. Worth the read if you want the full picture. If this reframed how you think about spending and status, follow Wealthy by Book. We're not here to make you feel behind. We're here to help you build something real, even if nobody's watching yet.